Alright, Laker fans and haters. The series for the Jazz actually starts tomorrow, so I'm going to jump early with the preview of the series. But really, this will starts right away almost, because right on Sunday afternoon, this game will be at the Staples Center. The Jazz are obviously really strong. They'll finish off the Nuggets. Maybe the only reason why they really won and dominated was because the Nuggets lost their composure. Probably there was those technical fouls at the end of the game last night, but the Nuggets, wow, it's kind of sad how they fell back to square one with them going one and done in the playoffs. I thought they'd be better. Major disappointment out there in Denver, but yeah, they clearly lost their composure and a lot of character issues with this team, even though Chauncey's there. But back to the Jazz, a lot of good things coming out from Utah. I wish George Karl back in Denver. I wish him the best of health. To get well soon. But for Utah, these guys are pretty solid, even without Andre Kirilenko. I don't know if he'll be playing in the series, but we got to pretend he is. But this team is still good. I mean, Carlos Boozer last night had 22 and 20 in the game, and he's on his contract year. He's going to be playing hard. Darren Williams didn't have the greatest night last night, but the supporting cast came through for the Jazz, whether it was Wesley Matthews at the free throw line. Paul Millsap is the guy I think the Lakers really need to learn how to stop right off the bench. Millsap, he was a second-round pick, but he's turned out to be a steal for the Jazz. He can always hustle and grab the rebounds. He has a good knack for the ball, and props to the Jazz for drafting a guy like that late in the rounds. Kyle Korver has some shooting in him. I don't think Mehmet Okur is going to be in these playoffs, but it doesn't matter. The Jazz, they play hard. And Jerry Sloan is a coach. He's one hell of a coach, I'll say that, because even though he doesn't have a ring to show for it, he's always going to be a Hall of Famer, and he has a contract for life out in Utah. So props to the Jazz for finishing off the Nuggets. It's going to be a good series. This team, they got on such a hot streak late in the year, or in the middle of the year. They were at one point number 3 in the West. I didn't even realize they got so hot all of a sudden. But the Jazz, they're fighting in there. We got to stop Carlos Boozer. The thing that I like with the Lakers is that they have the size matchup with Gasol and Bynum and Odom. I don't think the Jazz have the greatest size down low outside of Boozer. There's not the greatest center down there, so the Lakers need to take advantage of that. Darren Williams will be Darren Williams. He'll be pretty solid, of course. I question Derek Fisher's defense, but the big factor also is if Andrew Bynum stops making 3-second calls on the key. I mean, is it that he can't count or what? Because there were some clumsy turnovers by Andrew Bynum. It was very frustrating last series. Ron Artest did his job. He didn't score, but what he did do is he stopped Kevin Durant. I expect him to stop the small forward for the Jazz. In this case, it's C.J. Miles. We're going to need to really make sure we hold them down defensively, because that's why we picked up Artest, was for his defense. He didn't have to do much scoring. Doesn't really have to shoot the 3 all the time. But what he does got to do is play defense. And Gasol is the heart of the team. Rebounds. As I said, talked about the size before. Hopefully we see a lot more of Shannon Brown and Jordan Farmar stepping it up, because Shannon Brown is doing very good in game. I'm happy that we're using him more from last year. I guess it took him a full year to learn the system of Phil Jackson, so Jackson developed him well. But we'll see what the bench does. Can our bench outproduce the Jazz? And can we take advantage of the size? That'll be the big factor. And will we out-rebound them with Millsap and Boozer versus Gasol and Bynum and Odom down low? We'll find out. But Kobe better stop ball hogging. That's all I can say. Let's go Lakers, and I will recap the series, or I'll talk game by game if the Sharks are eliminated. But let's go Lakers, and we'll see how this series goes. We'll see you all after the series.